Yeah, for me, I would want to go back to the issue of security, if you wouldn't mind. I mean, Mr. President, just the 1 billion dollar loan you actually asked the National Assembly to approve to purchase equipment. What exactly is the state of that? And sorry, it's a double-barrel question. The second would be, what exactly is the state of things with the problem we had with South Africa over the $9.3 million issue?
The 1 billion loan, because it's a loan, had to go to the National Assembly. I think the House of Rep gave the approval quite late. But we have not even, because it's a loan, so we have to draw. We have not even started drawing from that money. But the National Assembly have approved the $1 billion loan. But we haven't started drawing. We'll be managing, and we also want to pay directly to countries. We don't want, because of this stealing of money, you call corruption or stealing. Well, thief is a thief. It's just use the word corruption to paint things that are black and look like not too black. What we are doing now this time is for military procurement. We do what we call government to government. Most the companies that produce weapons have links with their state government, the countries, because you cannot be allowed to produce. They are not granite. So we are now arranging through the countries, and that money nobody will see. Everything will be from central bank straight to those countries. We've not started disbursing it. The issue of the $9.3 million or so, actually that money is technically, yes, the money came from us, but technically it's not our money. It was paid to a company. But the only thing is that because of the circumstances of the transaction and the way the company ferried the money across to South Africa, it became an issue. And of course the matter is in court. I believe they will get the money back, but the matter is in court.
South Africa has not returned the money.
No, the matter is in court, so until the court process is concluded. It's not as if the government is no longer directly in the
because
hands of the
government
government.
paid this company.
Yes, it pays the company. It's the company that carried the money to South Africa.
But the company has not delivered the weapons anyway.
Exactly.
So no, they have. Yeah, it's a contract, so it is not our fault. But it's just, of course, we suffer some kind of bad engagement. $9.something million, and the media, because especially in the political period where people paint all kinds of colors, but technically it's not our money, and because the matter is in court, so the money is there. So the company, because it's obligation, so they have to do their best to give us what
Ibrahim has been itching.
Yes, I want to ask a question related to this one.
Which one? 9.3?
Yeah. If we remember, one of the reasons why the transaction had to go like that was that the American government was not willing to cooperate with Nigeria on the issue of purchase of arms from American companies, either in America or in Europe. Now, Mr. President, you have mentioned earlier on this night that Nigeria has procured the right arms to fight this insurgency. So I wonder if you have mended fences with the U.S. government and you were able to purchase arms from American companies.
In terms of weapons, in a nation like Nigeria, you can never get enough. I say we have gotten reasonable that can enable us to combat them. I'm not saying we've gotten all what would have loved to get. You just asked me about the 1 billion. As I said, yes, the National Assembly have approved, we have not drawn. But in terms of, the issues of the American companies is they felt that there are elements of human rights abuses in Nigeria about our soldiers. That is the insinuation that has been there. And that if they sell the weapons, it could be used. And because of that, they are restraining. But we are getting different companies, different countries that also produce some different calibers of weapons. Maybe if you want to buy this glass from the America and you cannot get exactly this glass, you may get a similar one. May not be as good as this, but it will help you do your work. But I don't need to come and enumerate the countries that are helping us and so. But we have gotten some equipment from other sources that, at least for now, we can move faster than we'll be moving. And watch out for the next 3 weeks.
Ibanga?
All right, Mr. President,
There are insinuations outside there, and so right. And some of them, some people said that your supporters, very big ones at that, have said if you lose the election or the other party wins, you will not hand over. And especially at the social media level. And they've expressed so much concern that you don't want to relinquish power. You will not if the election does not come your way. Can you explain this?
If in 2011 I said that I will conduct free and fair elections, and if I lose, I'll happily go home. And it should be recorded as at that time, no African sitting presidents had lost election. But within this period, the number of African sitting presidents have been lost election. But I said I wanted to create the history to be the first African president that will lose election. But let the world know that the elections are free and fair. Then I just concluded the late president's term. I was just a president for about a year, acting for some months then. But I said that I would be happy to go home. That this nation is more important than any human being. And I'm still maintaining. Anybody who wants to hold this office of a president or any office at all and feel that he's more important than the nation, then that is not quite right. So if as at that time I said that I was ready to conduct free and fair election, and if I lose, I'll go. We're not to talk about now that at least Nigerians gave me the opportunity to be here for 4 full years. So if the elections are conducted and I lose, of course, they will inaugurate a new government. There's no way you say, okay, if I lose, I will not hand over to. No. I think unnecessary insinuation. Those are the things that make you a cab driver to be a bit.
My cab driver, my staff, my children. I ask all kinds of people to ask questions. Anything they want to find out from Mr. President.
Those are insinuations that it's quite unfortunate. There's a lot of wrong information that is floating in the system, especially in the social media, even in the normal media, both television, radio, and even the print media. What you read in the papers, sometimes you feel sad.
Well, you are with us now, so we can clear a lot of things. So it's an opportunity to do that. So we're glad the Nigerians are hearing from your mouth, a thief is a thief.
Yes, a thief
you are not
don't paint it with corruption. You go to my village and say this person is corrupt, they will just be looking at you. They don't know. They will not know what you're talking about.
And we're going to face.
But if you say this person is a thief, everybody, the smaller child, the oldest person, will know what you're talking about. And so let's call thieves thieves.
May 29 is sacrosanct.
Of course.
But I
said that severally.
The elections, the rallies you just conducted, you just rounded up your rallies. So what are you going to be doing from now till?
Not quite. We are yet to go to Yobe and we are yet to do the Abuja rally.
Only two.
Because, yes. In fact, somehow, the key political parties, I think APC too, because the last day I had a conversation with General Buhari, the day we had the Council of State meeting. He said that they are also yet to do Yobe, Borno. And of course, all of us
for obvious reasons.
Not obvious reasons. We were to go to Yobe on Saturday, but then we had to do the Council of State meeting and these issues to come up. So we felt, let us hold on, because depending on the security issues, if elections are adjusted, then of course it's better to do the remaining one, maybe closer to the election. But elections are not all about open rallies. Open rallies are more like ceremonies. But a number of other all the political key actors are going around, go to different programs, meet some individuals, and so on. So those conversations are going on. You don't necessarily need to do open rallies, but you must be reaching out to people. All politicians do that. So that's what we'll be doing. I believe close to the elections, you see that people may do some few rallies.
Who are you reaching out to the most?
People like you.
Women? Or?
Women and youths. Because you control more than 80% of the voting population, the young people and the women.